Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm None of Your Business, otherwise known as Bizcoon, and today we're going to be reacting to a little someone that's pretty well known within this sphere of influence, and that is MorePegasus, otherwise known simply as Pegasus, slop tuber extraordinaire, with the most creative thumbnails that you will have ever seen in your entire life, including the words, "He's done, it's over, he's finished, life ruined," and all those things that you would see in a slop tuber channel. But for those that don't know, I've been keeping up with the How Fucked is Hassan Piker franchise for several months now, and I gotta say, the Marvel Cinematic Universe ain't got shit on the Hassan Piker Cinematic Universe. No, it keeps going crazy. It gets crazier and crazier every day. New story developments that put the entire MCU and DC worlds to shame. I'm just saying. Now, the last time we were talking about Hassan, it was in relation to someone by the name of BBNose. He garnered some infamy when he was censoring Asmongold's face, all because of some off-color remarks that Asmongold made about Gaza. Yet, he seems to be buddy-buddy with someone who supports terrorist organizations, among other things. Speaking of which, I have a video that I'm working on, like the script is done, that relates to Hassan and his posse of bitch-ass cocksuckers. So stay tuned for that. But either way, as of recently, the most recent development within the cinematic universe is Ethan Klein of H3H3 Productions is looking to sue a few content creators for basically copyright infringement. As you can see here, we have whom the Nuxanor refers to as he Jabba the Hutt, being one of the people that Ethan Klein intends on suing for copyright infringement, along with the likes of Denims and some third bitch who likes to smoke on stream. So basically, the context of this dispute is the fact that they react to some of Ethan's videos and streams and stuff, but in doing so, they provide very little commentary, where there are several instances where they would get up to go to the bathroom or something, and then they would just leave the videos playing without even like cutting away to something else, which in all intents and purposes is pretty much copyright infringement. Now, as for me, you're probably thinking, well, aren't I committing copyright infringement of some kind by reacting to MorePegasus and some of these others? Not really, no. I do consider what I'm doing to be fair use, or at least I'm trying to make sure that it's fair use. I actively try to be as transformative as possible with my videos. Like, if those that have watched some of my reaction videos will know that I will, like, talk every now and then, sometimes quite extensively, I might add. And I'll often like do little zoom ins and zoom outs and stuff, and include little pictures and little notes so that you get context as to maybe some reference that I'm making. I know that I did that with like quite a few of my videos where I'll reference something and then show you a picture of it. I would consider that to be pretty transformative. I do my best because I don't want to take credit away where credit is due. And in the spirit of that, yeah, don't mind me that I'm making the video faster so that I don't have to spend too much time reacting to it. I want to make sure that I react to it, but I also want to make sure I have time to like edit the video, because doing these reactions, all that stuff requires a lot of editing, and I want to make sure that I don't spend too much time. But either way, before we get started, speaking on the note of supporting the people that I'm reacting to, make sure you guys watch Pegasus's video before you watch this one to show your support to him. I won't allow you to watch it until you watch his video. Have you watched it yet? I'm watching you, so you better watch it. But once you're done watching his original video, then you can watch mine. And then once you're done with that, make sure you like and subscribe not only to MorePegasus, but to me as well, so that you can get more coverage of not only the Hassan Piker cinematic universe, but as of this recording, he recently uploaded a Mr. Beast related video, which I'm kind of tempted to react to. But for now, let's get started with this one, and we will see just how they responded. As is the title of the video, they, being the Hassan Piker cinematic universe, just responded in the worst way.
Welcome back to Cinema So Good, Even Yo Mama is watching. In today's video, Hassan has responded to Ethan's lawsuit. FROGAN is panicking and
Oh! You Jabba the Hutt on screen! No! Yeah. Nux likes to joke about whenever you see her face, he gets all, oh my god, no, it's hilarious.
Deleting all her videos.
Oh, no, that's another thing. A lot of these, oh my god, no, you guys don't understand. A lot of the people within the Hassan orbit have been deleting videos and VODs because they know, oh, you guys don't know the debauchery that these people have been up to. No, with their support of terrorist organizations, saying that America deserved 9/11, hoping that soldiers get PTSD, denying rapes that happen, among other things, no. And the fact that they're deleting stuff that could easily incriminate them is just, no, you guys don't know. I've been keeping up with this since the very beginning, since before it began, really.
X3 has made a couple of follow-up responses. Asmongold, Tectone, and XQC have also reacted to the nuke.
Oh yeah, this is the perfect example of the type of slop tube that you're gonna get with not only MorePegasus, but hopefully with me as well. But either way, I don't even remember what he just said. I was so focused on the thumbnails. But let's just keep going.
Already subscribed to witness the downfall of every Hassan supporter in existence. And let's begin with Hassan's reaction to the lawsuit. Basically, if you didn't catch the last video, Ethan Klein is suing FROGAN, Denims, and Caseytron.
Yes, these three are the people that he's suing for copyright infringement, among other things. Yeah, this bitch right here once watched a video of a woman who was raped after being taken hostage by Hamas. And she says that no hostages have ever given first-hand accounts of being raped, even though the United Nations themselves said that the rapes happened. And she was watching a video of someone saying that someone else got raped, and then she stopped watching the video, conveniently not watching the part where the woman in question described how she was raped. She had a small blanket, and some terrorist told her to remove the blanket, where he proceeded to rape her. And then he Jabba the Hutt over here. Yeah, she's the one who said that she hopes that soldiers get PTSD, and she apparently recreated 9/11 with a cake. And as for this Caseytron, I don't know anything about her. I only first heard about her in MorePegasus' previous video, but apparently she's just a heavy smoker. I think she gets high all the time. But all three of these are being sued by Ethan Klein for copyright infringement. So that's all you really need to know about that.
For copyright infringement on the grounds that they reacted to his content nuke video, maliciously trying to take away from the content.
He wanted to basically sue everyone that watches the content nuke, and he's Mr. Copyright Infringement is trying to litigate the resentment that people feel towards.
Of course, he uses the big black cock as a legitimate news source. No.
them once again, which I think is very weird, launched a lawsuit against FROGAN, Denims, and Casey Tron. Now, a lot of people watch this content nuke. I don't know why he only sued those people. I mean, I watch this content nuke as well.
Yeah, classic Hassan. I don't know why this is happening, guys. Almost like he explains it in the video, you absolute dunderhead. Of course, he didn't even do 1 second of research before commenting about the situation. This is such...
Oh, you guys aren't ready for the video that I have in store. No, the script is fine. It's not finalized, but it's mostly done. I just have to actually make it. Oh my god, it's gonna be amazing.
Standard Hassan, bro. I'll break it down for you. The reason he's not suing you is because, luckily for you, your reaction was 9 hours long and...
No, that's the thing. That's what he's suing these other bitches for, is that they didn't even properly react to the extent that fair use would be applied. No, he spent 8.5 hours reacting to what is essentially I think it was an hour and a half long, and I remember listening to it on a car ride, and yeah, it's pretty crazy. But what these bitches are doing is they just let the video play and they barely talk over it, or they go to the bathroom and stuff. So you can understand exactly why Ethan would want to take advantage of the legal system.
and did actually fall under fair use. Meanwhile, your devout followers did not get the memo of what constitutes...
My avatar is blocking her. Yeah, she doesn't need any more spotlight. I'm just saying.
fair use reactions and ended up violating copyright. Also, if you take a look at Hassan's demeanor in this video, he seems really grumpy and upset about all this. And
well, of course he is. He's a communist with a Gucci bag, got his Prada kick, gotta have his swag. Woo!
I have a theory regarding that. I think it's because his friends are going to start to beg him for money, and Mr. Greedy Communist Socialist doesn't want to cough anything up. So after this, he keeps addressing arguments basically nobody made.
I knew they would watch the entire video, add little to no commentary, react to it instantly, giving them no time to form an opinion. The trap was set, and it worked even...
Yeah, except I didn't do any of those things.
Except I didn't do any of those things because I stole from my mom's purse.
Which I feel like is a major failure of a trap. He begged me to watch it for months. He cried.
Yeah. He begged and pleaded and cried. Shut up.
On camera that I just refused to watch it. And then I even told him I'd watch it alongside him if necessary. And then I ended up watching it months later to fundraise. And it's a 8-hour reaction for even half of the content nuke.
Yeah, he never said he was going to sue you for this video. Who is this guy talking to, honestly? This guy might actually be schizo.
Who put you on the planet?
He literally has voices in his head telling him random shit, and then he just goes on long rants about it. And some of these voices are obviously the
yeah, it's literally just his audience.
Chat who are just kind of baiting him along. We saw a couple of videos ago, he was basically losing his mind over Asmongold saying that he would nuke Iran, which never actually happened. Asmongold never actually said that.
Asmond really defended U.S. nuking Iran? And
It's an ancient Arab-Persian tradition to like it when 1,000-ton bombs are dropped on you. I don't know who that is, and I don't care.
Killing people, I can't really believe it. Why can't you believe it? It's the most believable thing.
And Hassan just, has a meltdown for over a minute over something.
I like how Pegasus has this all blurry. No, he doesn't deserve even high-quality resolution.
That didn't happen. Then he tries to make the argument that Ethan has said in the past that he allows people to react to his videos.
Why would you admit that you were doing entrapment? Like, you wanted people to go react to your video. You said you wanted people to go react to your
Remember, if you don't tell me you're a cop, it's entrapment.
video. You said anyone and everyone can even, make money off of your videos in the past when we had a podcast together, only to then turn around and be like, actually, I got you. You reacted to my video, and therefore you're done. He claims you're watching it was fair use, unlike those he's suing. I thought about not responding to this, but it's so silly that he was like, he's openly admitting that he was baiting me into a lawsuit, and then it didn't work. So now he's just like going after other people that reacted to it as well.
Right. I love how this chatter just said something that was completely true and then added randomly, this man's a lunatic at the end. What does that mean? You said a true statement and then added, this guy's a lunatic. In this particular case, for the content nuke reaction, Hassan's reaction was fair use and Denim's wasn't, which is why she's getting sued. She specifically said she was doing it maliciously, it was serving as a market substitute, and obviously that is just not allowed.
Yeah, fucking red-haired bitch over here thinking she's Cat Valentine. I'm Cat Valentine. Cat Valentine is smarter than this bitch.
Now, Hassan brings up entrapment, and that is usually in the case of police or law enforcement or a government agent, right? And I think there are exceptions as well, but I highly doubt it actually applies to Ethan in this case. And if you notice, basically anyone that Hassan quotes is always some random person who is shilling propaganda for him. And in this case, it's this person who you've probably seen make like 50 idiotic tweets, like all glazing Hassan. Now, obviously, these guys left out the context of that. Basically, Ethan says that he does allow reactions, but that doesn't mean you can go to the fucking toilet or smoke for 20 minutes watching his video. He does clarify in that clip as well. He obviously is referring to fair use reactions that transform the original video into something else and don't serve as a complete market substitute. Now, this next part, Hassan calls out Ethan for turning on a Muslim.
Hassan, he absolutely did not make the nuke with this in mind.
What the hell does that even mean? Shit. Is it like that one scene in the South Park post-COVID special where Cartman is making love with Yentl next door to Kyle's room, and it's like, oh yeah, I bet you like the fact that Abraham heard the one true God, or something like that. Is that what's going on?
He's just acting now. He thinks he's in a way that a villain would act. Yeah, it's kind of sad either way. It's sad to try, and it's sad in so many different ways. The reason why it's sad in so many different ways is because, like, then, okay, the content nuke was actually bullshit. Like, you don't actually think I'm a terrorist. You just slandered your Muslim former podcast co-host a terrorist for what, this trap?
Bro, Hassan is actually Schrodinger's Turk.
Schrödinger's douchebag, as the Nuxanor would say.
Turkish when convenient, American when convenient, white when convenient, person of color when convenient, Muslim only when convenient to the situation. By the way, isn't this the same guy that dates porn stars and goes to brothels?
No.
Yep, he went to a brothel in Germany that was rated for sex trafficking teenagers, and he seems to have gone to a Diddy party as well, where he remembers seeing, quote, I don't remember the exact quote, but it was something like seemingly attractive kids opening Christmas presents. Just some food for thought.
She only one dude, and I didn't care.
Literally nothing about this guy's values is Muslim at all. He just likes to wear that label so that it's a defense from anything, and he likes to call people racist about it. Apparently, you're just not allowed to criticize Hassan about anything because he'll play like the religion or race card or whatever. This is
something that I personally would like to do in the event that I ever needed to move to Great Britain. They'll arrest you for talking shit about certain topics, but the thing is, the British government can't do shit about me. Now, I would like to make a dedicated video about that and why I think that, but for now, I just want to continue with this.
This is the equivalent of Anissa saying she's 8% Muslim or whatever, while doing OnlyFans and saying she left Islam. Also, just responding to this comment here, he absolutely did not make the nuke with this in mind. I mean, didn't Ethan literally register the copyright beforehand? So, obviously—
Oh yeah, that was something that Ethan mentioned in his lawsuit video, that he registered his content nuke in the Library of Congress. So he has every right to want to sue these bitches for copyright infringement.
Obviously, he had some sort of plan in mind. Then he completely misunderstands what Ethan was saying, or intentionally represents it. I can't tell at this point.
Like, that was your brilliant plan? Like, the terrorism stuff was actually nothing? Cool, man. Thanks. The demands for deplatforming that are baked into the video, very strange stuff. While Hassan advocates for the annihilation of all Zionists, since the vast majority of Jews in the United States say caring about Israel is essential or important, this would necessarily include the vast majority of Jews, even if they support the Palestinian cause and vehemently condemn the actions of the Israeli government. The vast annihilation of Zionists. Zionism is a political ideology. And I don't think I've ever said we must annihilate— I'm not even going to finish that because he's going to clip this out of context and then use it in his next—
don't worry, people do that all the time, and you do it to yourself.
Next lawsuit, probably.
Oh, don't worry, we don't really need clips out of context with Hassan. We can just play the clips in context of what you've said before.
Yeah, pretty much.
It will never happen, but in a totally just world, regardless of your background, any kind of fucking Zionist tendency should be treated in the same way as being a fucking rabid neo-Nazi. And you shouldn't even let someone be the fucking local dog catcher as Felix was posting, if they've ever exhibited any sort of like positive feelings about the state of Israel. I'm so serious about this.
Yeah, I mean, that's possibly—
Yeah, this has been referenced quite a few times on Nux's side of things. He's doing the hard, like, research into the Hassan Piker cinematic universe. Nah, he goes deeper than anyone else. He's several months ahead and everyone else is several months behind. He makes the point that he'll be at a point where he realizes just how despicable a guy like Hassan is, and then everyone else will be all like, this guy has some bullshit takes and probably supports terrorism. And people are now realizing just how bad this guy is.
the closest thing you could say to Jew as humanly possible. Also, Hassan supports the death cult leaders of Iran.
Oh, yeah, pretty much what's going on with Iran right now. Recently, we were striking some nuclear facilities because they were pretty close to developing a nuclear weapon in defiance of some regulations and sanctions that were put on Iran. And so there were these very calculated strikes against nuclear facilities in an effort to prevent them from gaining nuclear weapons.
And he supports the terrorists like the Houthis, Hamas.
Oh, this. No. You see this. Yeah. Hassan, when he was asked what his favorite flag was, he said it was the flag of. I call them Hezbollah. For those that don't know, they call themselves Hezbollah, which I don't know what the Hezb part means, but the Allah, I think you can guess what that means. But I like to call them Hezbollah. And for those that don't know, Iblis is the Quranic version of the devil, because that's who they actually worship, at least in my view.
And Hezbollah, who actually, do want to kill all the Jays. Now, after this,
All the Jays. He meant the gays. Yeah, they want to kill gay people simply because they don't have the need to procreate.
Hassan gets called out by an actual sane chatter.
I agree with the bottom line of this video. When someone reacts to a video without any reaction, shouldn't have it. Maybe I'm insane. No, but that's the reason why he's trying to use this as a form of attack, so that people like you who have this opinion, he knows that he can't litigate this issue on the basis of his support for Israel. Okay, so now he's trying to litigate this issue on the basis of react content, which is more in line with the normal kind of drama that he engages with, and that a lot of onlookers, such as yourself, will go, well, I kind of agree with that. He made this YouTube video. He has every right to sue people for copyright.
I'm so confused how someone.
I mean, here's the thing. The YouTube copyright system is absurdly broken, and it's been that way for a long time. Like, there's this one YouTuber, Dusk Till Sean, who has nothing to do with this community, who makes cartoon video essays. And whenever he gets copyright struck by Viacom for like a Nickelodeon show, it usually like is resolved rather quickly. But he recently made a Courage the Cowardly Dog video that got majorly struck by Warner Brothers, and he struggled to get it off, and so he had to put it on an alternative channel. And then there's another YouTuber who also has nothing to do with this, the Metatron, who whenever he would react to Joe Rogan, what he assumes is a bot would copy claim the parts of his videos that feature the Joe Rogan podcast, but that usually gets cleared over in a day as well. But regardless, YouTube's copyright system is broken. But what Ethan Klein is doing is pretty much justified in more ways than one.
Someone who is thinking logically could possibly watch Hassan. Like, how do you say that comment and then are completely okay with Hassan just walking away from his chair, like, every time?
Oh, yeah, I was reading that message that was being highlighted. Yeah, the thing is about Asmongold, yes, he gets, like, hundreds of thousands of views on his videos. I remember watching Metatron react to Asmongold's reaction to this one female YouTuber who made a video about female characters in video games, and at first the girl didn't have too many subscribers or too many views, but when Asmongold reacted to her video about female characters in video games, suddenly her channel's popularity blew up, and it was solely because of Asmongold. So to say that react content is 100% stealing and that you're just taking away from whoever the original uploader is, the fact that in Asmongold's case, it had the opposite effect, where the person that he reacted to got more popular because of him, shows that obviously there's a lot of nuance to it.
Leaving the video playing. That's just crazy to me, but I don't know. I imagine half his chat is filled with hate watchers at this point. Now, I do think it's true that the only reason Ethan is doing this is because of revenge, and obviously these people went out with his kids, supported the CPS call, etc., and have
yeah, Ethan shared a story about his dogs contracting a disease called Giardia, and which apparently causes bad diarrhea, which ended up causing him and his family and kids to be infected, to which Denims and the bitch-ass empanada that was just on screen took it in the absolute worst way possible and tried to have CPS take his kids.
constantly harassed him all the time, so obviously he wants to get back at them. But the fact remains that Ethan would not be able to do shit if they themselves did not completely violate copyright law. They have themselves to blame for this. Right, so after this, he tells people to support the 3 orbiting moons, conveniently not supporting them himself financially at all.
But the reason why I wanted to talk about this is specifically so that you guys go and show support to Denims, Frogan, and Casey Tron, because obviously he has a ton of money, and he's going to use the ton of money that he has to bully other content creators who don't have a ton of money and try to win some kind of public opinion battle. That is partially the reason why he went after Frogan, Denims, and Casey Tron. These are people who get insane lines of attack, and most people don't choose to defend them.
Right, so
yeah, I'm sure you guys know why they get insane lines of attack. And he knows damn well why they get all sorts of insane lines of attack, as he puts it.
just one question, Hassan. Why don't you pay for this? If you think...
No. He's a communist with a Gucci bag, got his product king, gotta have his swag. No, he's a self-proclaimed socialist that lives in $1 million mansion and has like a Porsche or something. Yet he can't afford to give his dick riders a fair share.
Ethan is totally in the wrong here. It should just be a slam dunk for you, you know? Put your money where your mouth is. Help your Hassan clones. But of course, he'd rather just send his audience to the GoFundMe so they, you know, the brokies, can go and donate instead, while Hamas, Diddy, Stingy, Wingy, Piker will not spare...
Hamas, Diddy, Epstein, Bin Laden, Piker, as we like to call him.
a single dollar to help their defense. Because he's all talk, obviously. He's only looking out for himself. He can yap on all he wants, oh, I support these people. But the second his friends are in any real trouble, he will run away. Even though he is still defending them and thinks they're in the right. Now, obviously, if your friends do something wrong, you shouldn't support them. But here, he thinks they're doing something right. So he's choosing purposely to not support them. And this is pathetic from a fellow One Piece fan, you know?
Oh, yep. Yeah, just a moment ago, you saw that he interviewed someone that he thought was a Houthi terrorist and compared them to Anne Frank, even though the Houthi slogan includes the phrase, a curse upon the Jews.
You know, did you learn nothing from the show? Support your friends, Hassan. That's not the One Piece spirit.
I don't think he actually wanted the smoke, which is precisely the reason why he didn't like try to do this for me or any other content creators who reacted to his context puke.
Again, just constantly trying to manipulate his audience. Ethan clearly stated the reasons why he sued those people in particular, but of course he's intentionally trying to mislead people, forming completely different arguments to make the other person look stupid, and he will always do these extreme comparisons to make sure people know not to support him. And who does his audience hate more than anyone? Trump, of course, so he compares Ethan to Trump.
Well, of course he does, because, you know, Tangerine guy bad because, Shitler.
This video, he says XQC and Asman he wants to be cool with, and XQC had him have that whole debate where he did the worm. Yeah, I mean, Ethan Klein is very similar to Donald Trump in many ways. Donald Trump will let bygones be bygones as long as you offer fealty, or as long as he can use you. Ethan sees Asmongold and XQC as allies. Ethan sees a bunch of neo-Nazis as reliable allies because they all despise me.
Yeah,
Though the fact that XQC of all people is more on the rational side than people like Hassan shows you how bizarre society has gotten. And I just recently watched the Meat Canyon video about XQC. I've been kind of on a Meat Canyon spree. Don't judge me.
Comparing Ethan Klein to Donald Trump is the most insane shit I've heard in a while, and I've been watching Hassan for like 40 videos now. You do realize that Ethan is a lefty, right? And Trump is obviously on the right, so I don't know how they would possibly be similar at all.
It's because he's not left enough. That's why. If you're center left, then to the far left, you may as well be extreme far right.
The comparison he just made makes absolutely no sense, considering in the same comparison, like the sentence after, he said XQC and Asmongold are now neo-Nazis? Right, so they are neo-Nazis and not the guy who just spends all day doing anti-Semitic rhetoric. I just love this whole situation because how do you call people Nazis while trying to shit on Jews every 5 seconds? The level of cognitive dissonance you have to be a Hassan fan has to be completely crazy. But anyways, it seems I'm suddenly being pulled in a certain direction.
Yes. No. You can't do this. What is wrong with you, Pegasus? You can't do this. This is an insult to black holes. Yes, her center of gravity is so immense that it pulls Hassan's orbit together. She is the source of Hassan's orbit. No, she's like not even a polar covalent bond like that of water. She represents an ionic bond that represents I don't know, she takes away everybody's electrons. Just a little chemistry lesson for you.
Frogan has entered the orbit. Oh my god, she's absolutely shitting herself now with a threat of a lawsuit. Here we got a tweet from Yeet. Apparently Frogan deleted all of her Twitch VODs, or at the very least unlisted them. And here we got a screenshot of her channel. No videos found.
No
Interesting.
Yep. Who knows? I mean, yeah, I mean, here's the thing. It doesn't matter that all your videos are gone, bitch. We have them. We have the receipts. I say we, even though I am barely a part of the SlopTuber community. I hope to one day be, but until that happens, you're going to get what I've got. We've got the receipts. We know what you guys have said. And we will, well, I can't. I don't want to go to court with any of these people. I bear no legal responsibilities in this video, just as a disclaimer. I'm just making this for the sake of fair use and commentary. But no, we know you think that soldiers deserve PTSD. And we know you recreated 9/11 with a cake. And part of me honestly feels bad for some of these people. But at the same time, it's like you can only give so much empathy to people until it doesn't even matter. Suicidal empathy, as they say.
Tectone responds, Twitch servers just freed up 18 terabytes of data trying to load up Frogan's model.
Okay.
Many times. Great job, moron. That's destruction of evidence. Deleting the evidence. There's no way that could possibly backfire. That seems like the action someone who did nothing wrong would take. Ethan's lawyers like that. She is not smart. Right, so I don't think deleting the VODs is going to help at this point. I'm pretty sure Ethan and his lawyers have got them archived, almost certainly.
No, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have them archived. I'm sure Nux has them archived as well. And I know for a fact that you, Pegasus, probably have, like, secondhand footage within your own videos, and now I am going to bear witness to that.
It's a pretty standard thing to do if you're gonna make this move in this whole lawsuit. You're obviously gonna...
But like I said, I relinquish any and all legal responsibilities, just in case that this does use against them in a court of law. I have no stakes in this. I just want to be formal.
Save some of the clips you're going to need to prove your case, right? Not to mention, most of the damaging clips are already in Ethan's video. So there's no actual deleting what is already public and what we've already seen. I feel like those clips alone are enough to completely destroy you in court, but if they do need something else, I'm sure they have it as well. I think for the first time in her life ever, she's going to have to order a small fries. Ay, 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 ay.
Oh, no. Oh, poor Jabba the Hutt.
Hey, the torture for her, bruh. Ethan is doing her a favor, to be honest. This is like a sign from God to lay off the snacks, dog. No.
Yeah, as someone, they don't call her Hijabba the Hutt for no reason. I'm pretty sure Allah would want you to cut back on at least some of the calories, I'm just saying.
Apparently, Ethan is taking no prisoners. He's subpoenaing Reddit moderators now. Ethan says he can now subpoena Reddit since he listed the H3 Snark moderators as co-conspirators in his lawsuit.
Creators of the Snark that I show in this video, they colluded with these creators to help create a market substitute for my work. And it was pinned by moderators. So these moderators are named as co-conspirators. And now that we've filed a complaint officially, we can subpoena Reddit further to see if they have any identifying information so that we can also sue them. Yeah, so that's the good thing. A lot of these people have already tried deleting evidence, which is no bueno. By the way, my favorite part about this is, like, you guys can shitpost on Twitter all you want, but this is an actual lawsuit and it's happening and it's coming and you're gonna have to argue in front of a judge and this shit is not gonna work.
Damn, no, we're going in. This is getting deep. No, we're in real deep right now. This isn't gonna end well for them. I'm just saying. They're gonna get what's coming to them.
Right? It's not gonna work. That's the best part about this. You guys are fucking screaming into the wind. You're not gonna stop what's coming.
Yeah, bro is just going scorched earth on everybody. Trying to find the Reddit moderators is absolutely diabolical. Can you imagine they actually end up getting a Reddit mod in court? Absolutely. No, they need to stream that trial, bro. I would get so much soul out of it. And to anybody saying that this is going too far, you gotta understand that these H3 Snark mods have been trying to ruin his life for a while now. Like, they are the source of a lot of this, and, you know, Hassan and his goon squad uses them for a lot of the slander they do. So
yeah, I'm sure some of you guys just don't really know how bad that it actually is. It's not just CPS, it's a whole host of other things that go even beyond Ethan Klein, the whole terrorist support, among other things. And yeah, no, once word gets out about a lot of that, especially in the higher echelons of not only the media, but the court system as well, it's only a matter of time before Hassan Piker is 1000% fucked.
So in my opinion, it's very justified to go after them as well. Now Ethan talks about their GoFundMes.
Although I think nobody really cares about any of these people. Least of all Hassan, who is not opening his wallet, by the way. They've each made everybody's made a GoFundMe. Denims ran. She was so fast, and she wanted to open hers before Kate. They all now have a GoFundMe, and I think it's so funny that now that they're competing against each other.
Literally the whole Carmelo Anthony, Shiloh Hendricks thing all over again.
For defense dollars, and Smollett the Dragon, aka Hassan Piker, the communist socialist savior, he is not opening his wallet, and he didn't donate. Why the f wouldn't he donate at least?
That I don't know.
Like, why he's saying you guys go
Because he's a communist with a Gucci bag. That's why he won't donate.
support them. I'm not.
You know, this kind of reminds me of a very similar situation. Remember when Frogan told this to Ludwig? When Ludwig donated 10K to the Palestinians, and Frogan was like, keep your chump change, right? As if she wasn't begging.
Oh, I remember this. Emergency rent. Fucking. Okay, bitch. No, I remember this. Saying that. I remember this. I also remember her speaking the racist slur against white people. The quote-unquote, I don't want to say it, but everyone says it, a cracker take, basically. I don't want to say it in that context, unlike how it should be used, like when you're eating crackers or something like that. But no, I remember her saying something like, that's a cracker take. Fucking dumbass bitch.
For rent money on stream.
So I personally donated 10K because I think it is worthwhile.
Keep your fucking money. Keep your $10,000. Keep your little chump change. Like,
So I just wonder how she feels about her god Hassan, who doesn't even want to donate even 10K. Actually, $0 so far. So if she thought 10K was chump change, well, how much is $0? I don't know, guys. I think there's gonna be a breakup. Dude, you know what's gonna be absolutely amazing? If all the 3 Hassan orbiters here just completely turned on Hassan because he refuses to financially support them.
Oh,
my
that would be glorious.
god, the levels of cinema. I am cooking right now. I'm cooking.
Let's go, boy. No, we're all cooking. Yeah, go, Pegasus, go. No, you and Nux and Asmongold and all the others in between, and hopefully me as well, are gonna help contribute to the 1000%ing, and it's going to be glorious. And depending on how popular I get, I'm gonna host a watch party.
Did I just predict the future? If this happens, holy shit, this will be amazing. The content, I'm dreaming, I'm creaming my, okay. And I feel like one of the reasons Hassan is not supporting them is because he kind of knows they have lost this case. Obviously, publicly, he's not going to say that, but he knows that they have lost this case. So whatever he donated would be going to H3, which he obviously doesn't want to do. Unfortunately, this is kind of what happens when your site is filled with idiots. Now, apparently, Reddit is lying about Ethan again. They're saying that they're only small female creators. He doxed their addresses, which...
Of course they would accuse him of doing something like doxing.
never happened, so Ethan says they're posting outright lies. Now, Dan Solomon talked about how much it's going to cost. I don't think these people understand that these lawsuits are going to be 100K each just in legal fees, combined with the fact that no matter what, Ethan is getting 150K minimum plus his own legal fees. I'm guessing in the Denim's case that the damages will be around 300 to 500K over the 150K. And people say I clickbait. I actually just predict the future, guys. Anytime I say it's over, just wait. It just hasn't happened yet.
Nux does that too as well. It's like, oh, he was like, the whole Iran nuclear thing, that's going to be over in like a few weeks. And guess what? I'm sure for the most part it seems to be over, but who knows? I mean, Iran wasted a lot of their missile power on attacking Israel because they attacked their nuclear sites, but you never know.
I'm a fortune teller. All right, what did I say? What did I say? Oh, they're broke. This is always right. Let's go,
Let's
baby.
go.
The H3 subreddit unearthed what appears to be an old podcast hosted by Denims, Anissa, and Caseytron.
Oh, here we go. Oh my god, the plot just keeps thickening. No, see, this is what I mean when I say the Hassan Piker cinematic universe. It's literally a universe that has all of these different spin-offs, the likes of which that even Marvel and DC could never compare to. And Anissa, oh yeah, I have to, he's iDubbbz's wife, and iDubbbz did the content comp on Ethan that most people didn't really like.
Oh my god, a nightmare blunt rotation.
Yep.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah.
We got this random idiot streamer. Maybe another lawsuit will fill the void in H3's art, normally reserved for Palestinian children.
Shit.
And then he deleted the tweet. Classic
Shit. Wow.
A completely unrelated argument about Palestine. Turn everything to politics. You're not allowed to criticize anyone about anything because Palestine, guys.
No
Alright,
shit.
let's move on to Asmongold's reaction to the situation. He starts off by talking about the Hassan chair.
I don't know why he doesn't just pause it, because don't people want to hear what he says about the video? Like, I mean, because isn't this...
No, of course no one wants to want to hear what he says about the video because he doesn't have anything of substance to share.
kind of like you saying that, like, nobody even cares about, like, me talking about this video? Like, well, really? I mean, think about it. So, because, like for me, in my opinion, I think that, like, people want to watch me react to a video because they want to hear what I'm saying about the video. Like, that's what I would imagine. Because, like, why else would you want to watch some bald tard in the corner of the screen interrupting your video unless you wanted to hear what he had to say?
All right, clearly Asmon was a little busy yesterday, did not watch my Omega Epic video.
Omega Epic Lel.
Reason is, the chair has more intelligent commentary than him.
Yes. Perfect. Look at this fine specimen right here. You know, I never really realized it before, but this chair, this magnificent chair that has to hold the weight of someone who isn't even worth their weight, has a lot more to say about the state of the world than anyone I think I've ever heard in my entire life. It's a shame that he has to deal with the literal dead weight that's on it.
Chair is actually more transformative, so he's actually doing the people a favor by leaving the room. That way, you don't have to listen to his dumbass takes, and I'd argue Hassan being in the room lowers the quality of the video. By the way, I just had to address this at some point that people were making. They were comparing Asmon to Hassan or Denims, and I think that's completely insane. It's obvious that Asmon's reactions are far more transformative than any of them. He adds a ton of commentary, pauses the video, gives his insights, doubles the length of the video, generally very respectful of the whole thing. I think people who say all reactors are the same are just brain dead and think in black and white. As we know, nuance on the internet is absolutely impossible, and even in this whole
No, I'm trying to do that right now. I've been pausing and rambling on and on about who knows what. Like, this video is like 27 minutes, and according to my OBS recorder, I'm at 42 minutes, so it's already more than twice as long. Granted, I am speeding up the video so I don't have to spend too much time editing it, or so I can spend more time editing it so that I don't even know anymore.
Hassan series, some rare times I actually do have to defend Hassan because he's not actually wrong. Like over here, obviously his video was fair use in this context nuke thing because he reacted for 9 hours, and a bunch of people do cry about it because they just want me to say he's wrong 100% of the time. But I'm not.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta give credit where credit is due, alright? I mean, people refuse to do that with the president. The slightest amount of good the president does, they'll always find a way to twist it into something that's worse than the Holocaust.
I'm never gonna do that. You know, I'm always gonna look at someone's arguments and have a nuanced, fair take. Now, after this, Asmon says he supports Ethan in the lawsuit.
I think it's privileged people that are used to getting everything that they want for their entire life, used to being catered to, pacified, placated, and served constantly for their whole life. They get held accountable one time, and they collapse.
The snarkers were going
Which
to.
I totally support Ethan in this, by the way, I do. If you are intentionally uploading somebody's content in order to deprive them of views as your primary goal, you are acting in a malicious way. And
the thing is, with regards to me, I'm not even making money off of any of these videos. I'm making these videos because it's something that not only do I just enjoy making React content like this, where I do have a lot to say, but I also like watching other people react so that I can hear what they have to say. I mean, at least with me watching this, I'm showing my support to MorePegasus, and then I will watch like others, namely Nux, like after the fact. So I'm not making any money off of this, at least for now.
in my opinion, the way that I decide whether somebody is wrong or not, I look at what they're trying to do. Are you trying to hurt someone? In this circumstance, the answer is yes. And by the way, it's completely their fault. They never, ever, ever, ever had to call CPS on him. They never had to justify it. They never had to make it. And also keep in mind, this entire problem and this entire premise is built off of the fact that Ethan didn't want to say that Hamas was a good group.
Yes, Ethan made the grave sin of criticizing literal terrorists. That is unacceptable in the Hassan solar system, obviously. Immediate banishment from the squad. And yeah, this is kind of what happens when people...
Sorry to pause on this. I'll zoom it in a little more. He being Ethan, dared to suggest that Israel had a right to exist, which is a big no-no for the Hassan cinematic universe.
People have never been held accountable for their actions in their life. They're finally getting karma, and it is honestly wonderful. It is the find out phase. They've been effing around for years and years, and finally,
Fafo, fuck around and find out. Find around and fuck out.
it's about time to get some consequences. Then Aspen talks about using politics as a shield for everything.
I think it's a certain subset of these people that believe that because they have the right politics, any action or anything that they do is proactively justified because they're on the right side of some social issue or some political viewpoint. That's why, for example, whenever they get called out for calling CPS on Ethan, right, or they like rationalizing it, not necessarily promoting it, but rationalizing it, they don't even think about it, right? They're not even thinking about the consequences or anything like that.
Yeah,
and by the way,
care.
when you criticize them for that, they say, why are you criticizing me while there's a genocide going on?
Yep, that's literally their line of defense. Why are you talking shit about me when there's this other thing that's clearly far worse than what I'm doing, even though it's not really happening the way I think it is?
Well, I'm really glad this is happening because now, how are you crying about a lawsuit whenever there's a genocide going on?
That is absolutely genius. That is the legendary comeback now. You can use their own logic against them. It's just so funny how their own logic completely falls apart. And I think people
No
in general
shit.
are sick of this, right? People using politics to avoid all accountability. Just because you have a certain opinion doesn't mean you can slander people, commit crimes, and just all around ignore the law. It is not a get out of jail free card to do absolutely everything you want. And your little echo chamber makes it seem that way, but that's not how it works. Then he talks about Casey-tron.
We've given each complaint a clever look.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Casey Tron. No, when this lawsuit started happening, it's the first time I've really heard about her. So it's not like I really have any opinion on her. I don't know who she is or what kind of content that she actually makes. I just know that apparently she smokes a lot.
Little time.
The reason why she's so comfortable is that she openly says and calls people rapists and says all
Oh, well, that's all I have to know.
kinds of insane, really bad, defamatory stuff on Twitter constantly, and she suffered zero consequences from it from Twitch. She's another one of these people that somehow has plot armor because I'm assuming some of her politics line up with some of the politics of the moderation department of Twitch.
Yeah, so
Okay, that puts a little more into perspective. Well then.
if you guys watch every single video of mine, you might have seen her here and there in some random videos because she's always in the replies of whatever drama, like a term.
Hello, straight people. I'm asking you to join me as I'm gay, and I'm not gonna join you. No, bitch. You can't force me to join you. And if you try, I'm just gonna call you a homophobe.
Online, Twitter fucking goblin, and she has the most insane radical take about everything. I actually thought she was like a Twitter troll, but apparently these are her actual opinions. Just a pathetic, grotesque individual in my opinion. Then Aspen actually predicts Hassan's reaction.
And also, I guarantee you Hassan is probably going to try to like make an excuse for why this is okay when he knows 100% that they're in the wrong. 100%. They're in the wrong. Everybody knows it. It's obvious. They're even saying that they're in the wrong. And somehow there's going to be a reason why it's not a problem.
Yeah, Hassan did actually just justify this. I guess he just ignored the entire video and
Yeah, here's the thing. Once again, my avatar is in the way, but they don't deserve it. They don't deserve to have my avatar out of the way. I should be getting a proper 3D model by the end of the week, so, oh god, that's gonna be so much fun. But, I lost my train of thought, I'm sorry. But yeah, here's the thing. They're saying that Hassan knows what they're doing is bad, but here's the thing. I'm pretty sure Hassan doesn't actually think that. He probably unironically believes that they're in the right and just doesn't care. Or maybe he does know that they're in the wrong, but still doesn't care.
cut up clips from his cult fan base on Twitter, and also just frowned because now his friends are going to beg him for money and he's going to lose their support when he says no.
Oh,
Explain why
Lord.
they need to go fund me. Aren't they rich anyway? They're not rich at all. Absolutely not. These people are bottom feeders. Like, you probably make more than they do working at McDonald's.
Right, so a lot
No
of people have
shit.
this.
Yeah, I mentioned not a little while ago that I'm not making money off of this video, at least not right now. I have a regular, average 9-to-5 type job that I don't really have a problem with it. I mean, it has its ups and downs, but at least it's an honest living, so. But if my YouTube career does take off, who knows?
Misconception that all streamers and content creators are rich. That is absolutely not the case. Now, if they have a lot of viewers, yes, they probably have a lot of money, but FROGAN and Casey-tron, absolutely broke. They get no viewership, barely any donations. You saw she was begging for her rent money on stream. She obviously has nothing. FROGAN can barely afford her own groceries. Heck, that would be a challenge for even Bill Gates. Now,
She can barely afford her own groceries, yet she's literally a hut. Okay, seems legit.
Denims is the only one that might actually be middle class because she did get a bunch of viewers. But the only problem is the lawsuit will end up costing like $500,000, and I highly doubt that she has that kind of cash. You know who does though? Hassan. Hassan definitely has that kind of money, but he wants to spend it on more mansions instead. Now,
Yep. The communist with a Gucci bag and million-dollar mansions up the wazoo.
Tectone reacted as well. Here's what he said.
And Denim's the queen.
Yeah! Oh, shit, dude! If you get me in contact with your lawyers...
Oh, sorry, Tectone. My avatar's in the way, but I don't really want to move it. I will apologize to you, Tectone, but I'm not apologizing to the others.
Bro, I'll do it too. Hit me up. Hassan's like an e-girl that
Okay, there. That's much better.
has their clothes on. Why am I watching this? You know, like, bro, do something. You know, jiggle your balls a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no. I don't want to see any of these people's balls jiggling. No, fuck that.
Like, give me something
And this is coming from someone who's gay.
to watch. Like, damn, bro, like, I'm dying here. Hey, guys, so 3 of my friends are getting sued because of me, but it's like,
Hey guys, it's me, Hassan Biker, and my best friends in the whole wide world are getting sued by that bully Ethan Klein.
whatever and shit, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Hassan is totally unfazed, guys. His entire world is definitely not falling apart. All his mainstream friends are forced to abandon him because of his extreme stances. All his political friends are getting sued into the ground. The government literally has eyes on him. The mainstream media, who he loves.
Yeah, this guy, the I think the head of the ADL, is calling out Hassan. So, no. At first, the mainstream media seemed to be glazing Hassan. Like the New York Times tried to put out a puff piece about him, about being a progressive mind in a MAGA body, where they showed a screenshot where within that screenshot showed some of Hassan's chat saying some off-color things, and so they had to crop it out in a later like edit. I don't know if that article is still there, but the fact that even CNN is calling him out now, you know damn well that you done fucked up if even CNN doesn't want anything to do with you, even if you are on their side of the spectrum.
So much is shitting on him. There's infinite pressure on Twitch, on Amazon to take action as well, but everything is fine, guys.
No, neither Twitch nor Amazon has really said anything, aside from the fact that the CEO, Dan Clancy, I almost said Tom Clancy, but Dan Clancy, not only did he wish Hassan a happy birthday one time, but he was in a Q&A session where anytime someone tried to bring up the fact that Israel was shadow banned for over a year, he would permaban the people asking. That silence spoke volumes just now.
I'm totally unaffected. Look at me. I'm so chill. Now, I did save the best analysis for last. We got XQC.
And when people like Hassan reacting
Oh yeah, here we go.
to entire TV shows on stream,
Check Azan stream. Can we get a think about this then?
Now, you're probably asking yourself, what are the odds that we get the Hassan chair? Actually, quite high, obviously, considering he always does this shit. How ironic, bro. Oh my god, as he's
Yeah.
reacting to the video exposing him. Now, click this video where FROGAN jumps up and down and causes a worldwide...
Yep. The moment that Jabba the Hutt moves, it causes earthquakes all over the world. Okay, yeah. Banger video, MorePegasus. I really enjoyed this, and I hope to see more. He just I think this is the Mr. Beast video that he just uploaded, or maybe it's a different one. But I kind of do want to react to that. But for now, thank you for watching this reaction. Hopefully, this video was transformative enough to not get sued by Pegasus. Pegasus might not even notice this video. Notice me, senpai. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys hopefully you guys watched the original video before watching this. And if you have, thanks for watching this video. And yeah, the Hassan Piker cinematic universe just doesn't stop fucking itself. And I hope to see you guys in the next one.